On today's episode of the Cryptoverse. So I got a few bits of feedback about the last video that I did outside, and some people said they quite liked it. So today I'm coming to you from my backyard. I ripped off the idea of doing it in sort of the greenery from Kyle from The Awakenment, and today I thought I'll do it Bix Weir style and do it in my backyard. So there we go. So this idea for today's video, it came from the most epic hit piece that I've ever seen on Reddit, and I saw this yesterday, right? So today I sat down to write my notes here for the video. I loaded up the Reddit post that I've saved in my bookmarks, and they've not only deleted the contents of their post, but they've also deleted that account that they posted from, which is kind of annoying because I wanted to base this video on that. However, everyone else's comments are still there, and I got the gist of the video I wanted to make. So if that deletion of that account is not a clear retraction, then I don't know what is, right? Unfortunately, they're not getting off that lightly. So I've decided to make this video anyway. So the Reddit post originally claimed that it would cost $1.43 billion to run CryptoKitties on the EOS network. So this is the story of what it would really cost. And those of you that are complaining about this phase of mine where I'm making a lot of EOS oriented content, whether you're interested in EOS or not, I can guarantee you'll still learn something valuable about cryptocurrencies in general from these videos that I'm making. So all of that on today's episode of the Cryptoverse, so stay right there. Now then, when I sat down to write the outline for this video, CryptoKitties wouldn't even load because the Ethereum network was at its maximum capacity. People generally see this as a bad thing due to the poor user experience that results from it. However, as an investor in Ethereum myself, well, it gives me confidence that the platform is in high demand, so you could see it one way or the other, couldn't you? And speaking of capacity, in the original Reddit post, which I'll put up on screen here, the author said that at the peak, CryptoKitties on its own was consuming 15% of all the Ethereum network capacity. They then proceeded to base their EOS comparison on the assumption that CryptoKitties would also consume 15% of the EOS network resources. That was flawed from the start because Ethereum does 15 transactions a second, and the fastest EOS has ever gone in a real world test is 600 transactions a second. So 15% of Ethereum's capacity therefore is 2.25 transactions per second, and 15% of EOS's network capacity is 90 transactions a second. So on that one point alone, if CryptoKitties launched on EOS and consumed 15% of the network resources, the CryptoKitties game itself would have to have grown in popularity by 40 times. So there we go. Anyway, they've deleted their post now, so there's no point in me flogging that dead horse. Let's instead focus our attention on the opposite direction. So let's use some real-world objective numbers to calculate how much it would really cost to run CryptoKitties on EOS. Now, credit and inspiration for this math formula came from another Reddit user called Joanna La Loca, who responded to the post saying that the math was all flawed. Now this, what I'm going to put on screen here, is where I'm getting the CryptoKitties data from. So it's a site that I've used before, and it shows stats for the CryptoKitties app. And when I did my videos on CryptoKitties when it launched and gave some advice on how to make money from it, this was actually the site that I used. Now, at the time of recording here, it says that total sales of CryptoKitties are 390,002. So that's a total of 390,000 transactions that have gone through the CryptoKitties game since launch. Now, according to the official timeline, the CryptoKitties smart contract was deployed on the 22nd of November 2017. And I'll link to that on the official CryptoKitties website in the sources. So those are the numbers I'm getting directly from the Ethereum blockchain there. Now, we're a couple of days shy of the 22nd of June, so let's just, for easy math, let's say that's 7 months exactly. So the 22nd of December to the 22nd of June. So 390,000 transactions to date, divided by 7 months, is an average of 55,714 transactions per month for CryptoKitties. If we multiply that by 12 months, it means that CryptoKitties will do an average of 668,568 transactions in a year, on average. So that's the baseline that I'm using. So let's use some of this EOS math from the Reddit user. I've modified it because I'm basing my calculations on a lower transaction per second for EOS. I'm using 600 transactions a second, which was at the fastest it's ever gone in a real world test. Never mind millions of transactions a second and all that's theoretical, but actually proven, done on chain, 600 transactions a second, right? So 600 transactions a second on EOS gives us 18,921,600,000 transactions a year, right? I'll give you the shortcut there. Then you get this by taking 600 transactions a second, you multiply it by 60 to get transactions per minute, you multiply it by 60 again to get transactions per hour, multiply it by 24 to get transactions per day, and then multiply by 365 to get transactions per year. So that 18 billion number is the total current capacity of the EOS network. And it's the EOS token holders that are entitled to those network resources. That's what you get for holding an EOS token. So there are currently 900 million EOS tokens in circulation. So if you owned all of them, then that entitles you to all of those transactions that I just mentioned, the whole 18 billion. But if we divide the number of transactions a year, total capacity, by the number of tokens, then we'll find out how much network capacity you get for each EOS token that you hold. So I'll save you repeating the numbers and I'll just tell you that it works out at 21 transactions per year. So if you hold one EOS token, you get to do 21 transactions per year for free. Now, this comes down a bit each year, the number of transactions you can do per token. It comes down a bit each year due to inflation, because the inflation means that like the purchasing power of each token goes down, but the transactions for each token per year goes up because every year block producers will upgrade their hardware. So I'm just going to leave it at 21. I'm going to assume that the hardware upgrades cancel out the inflation, right? We're only going to need a 5% performance improvement per year in block producer hardware to cancel out the inflation, right? So let's just assume 21 transactions a year per token, and that will stay the same. So back to CryptoKitties then. We now need to do 668,568 transactions to run CryptoKitties for a whole year. If we divide that by 21 transactions per EOS token, we get 31,837. So there's our answer. There's our first answer anyway. If we were the developers of CryptoKitties, we would need to buy and hold just under 32,000 EOS tokens to have enough capacity to run the game. And if we take a 200-day average of the EOS price, it's $9.40 a token. That means 32,000 EOS tokens would cost us $300,800. And that, my friends, is the final answer. So we would need just over $300,000 of tokens to run CryptoKitties on EOS. However, that's not the end of the story. There are two other major points that we need to make about this. The first one is, we as the developers of CryptoKitties on EOS, we are now covering the cost of all transactions on behalf of our users. So that's one major difference. Like, this is the opposite of how CryptoKitties actually works on Ethereum. On Ethereum, the users have to pay the transaction fee every time they take an action. So they're paying for the network resources, not the developers. So I can guarantee you that's slowing down adoption, because it's just a rub. The second thing, big point, unlike Ethereum, that $300,000 that we invest in EOS tokens to get the network capacity is not being consumed. This is a huge difference. The 32,000 EOS tokens that we purchase, they're simply reserving a minimum amount of network capacity for our use. So we never have to worry about the network jamming or having to bid up the gas price and that kind of stuff. We also have equity in those tokens. So should we decide to close the app down, close the business down, we can just simply release the network resources back to the pool, sell our EOS tokens back to the market, and we've basically got our investment back, right? So assuming the token price stays roughly around that average, we ran our business and our app for a year, and we ended up getting our money back. I mean, that's huge. So the way that you make money on CryptoKitties, and this again comes from the official site, the way you make money on that model is you take all the money for people that buy newly generated kitties, plus you charge a 3.75% exchange fee when one user sells a kitty to another user. So those are the actual fees charged by the CryptoKitties app today. Plus you have to burn some ether in every transaction that you do. You also have to wait 34 seconds for a transaction to confirm at time of recording versus half a second on EOS, but that's not something users care about, is it? So that's all I've got for you today. If you liked this episode, go ahead, hit the like button. If you disliked it, hit the dislike button. Please leave me a comment below with some feedback and get subscribed. And if you would like more information like this in my structured online courses, they will teach you things like the tech behind Bitcoin and how it works. You can learn how to make and save money with Bitcoin, or you can learn to trade cryptocurrencies. Just check out my website. It's cryptoversity.com. It's the online school for cryptocurrencies. It's a university. That's where the name came from. So check out the link in the video description, and I will see you next time in the next episode of the Cryptoverse. Until then, it's me, Chris Coney, saying bye for now.